Welcome to the book Synopsis. Manage Your Money Like a Fucking Grow-Up. Sam Beck-Bessinger's book, Financial Freedom for Novices. First key point. Recognize the workings of money. Everyone is trying to sell you something. Businesses make every effort to evoke strong feelings in you in order to persuade you to purchase a useless item. Everywhere you look are advertisements promising that purchasing a product or subscribing to a service would transform your life. Marketers even deliberately shape our culture and preferences, forcing us to accept norms that are illogical from a rational standpoint. Because of this, practically everyone thinks that having fancy cars, clothes, and gadgets is a sign of success. Additionally, many people have found themselves deeply in debt as a result of their attempts to live up to the inflated expectations that have become the norm in our society. You must stop thinking like everyone else and start making more deliberate decisions if you want to achieve financial independence. The basic reality. It will be difficult for you to accumulate wealth if you are continuously purchasing unnecessary items because you think they are fashionable. Avoid becoming a consumer as a result of deceptive advertising and marketing. Begin to think like a unique individual with important goals and ideals. By limiting your spending to items that are significant to you, you can take charge of your finances. The first step in handling money responsibly is determining your priorities and basing your spending on them. You will always live up to unreasonable expectations and never be financially free if you don't do this. This overview will assist you in learning the financial secrets and demonstrate how you can start down the road to financial freedom right now. Second important point, develop wise behaviors to increase your wealth. Knowing the basics of money management is essential if you wish to achieve financial independence. Sam Beck-Bessinger asserts that the wealthy teach their kids 3 basic financial lessons, and these are the things you should be aware of. Money-saving strategies, wealth-building strategies, compound interest strategies, investment protection strategies, and diversification strategies. Let's examine each of these keys to financial freedom now. We are taught by society to mistake wealth for income, but the two are very different. Bessinger, Sam Beck. The first thing you should know about wealth is that nobody can achieve financial independence through hard work. You must save unless you are blessed with a lot of money or have a genie at your disposal. You can amass all the wealth in the world, but you will never have the chance to do so if you don't set aside a portion of it. On the other hand, if you have the self-control to save a bigger percentage of your salary, you can become financially independent even with a little income. It's time to familiarize yourself with your cash flow. Income, money coming in, costs, and money going out make up your cash flow. In the words of Sam Beck-Bessinger, those whose costs exceed or equal their income are slaves who are paid. A wage slave is never far from going bankrupt, even if he earns $1 million a month. Paycheck to paycheck is how they survive. When wage slaves experience difficulties with their paychecks, they turn to borrowing, which further distances them from financial independence and results in debt. Your balance sheet, which likewise has 2 components, is another thing you should be aware with. Your property, resources, your debts, obligations. The difference between your assets and liabilities is your net worth. To determine whether something is a liability or an asset, ask, do I gain something when I put money in my pocket, or does it take money away from me? Set aside money in advance for major life needs, like a home or school. Spend less than you earn, and put the difference on your balance sheet to pay off debt or buy an asset, if you want to accumulate wealth and clear the way to financial freedom. In essence, your income is meaningless unless you retain a sizable chunk of it and establish a strong foundation of assets. This is the route to financial success. Third important point: make your money work for you to grow it. People who don't learn to make their money work for them will work until they die, according to a quote by American business magnate and investor Warren Buffett. The fact is that most of us are simply taught how to earn money, which we then squander nearly instantly later. The reality that our money is a means to earn more money is something we are ignorant of. For this reason, the majority of people work all their lives without achieving financial independence. You must emulate Warren Buffett if you wish to accumulate riches. This implies that you must reach a stage where you are earning money while enjoying tea with your mother or a refreshing pina colada on a sunny beach. How do you arrive at this conclusion then? How do you increase your income and make your money work for you? Greetings from the investing world. This brings us to the second wealth creation secret. Expand along with your finances. Purchase items that generate income or have the potential to appreciate in value over time. Compound interest is the most potent force in the realm of finance. What is that? Consider the following situation. Which would you prefer? Starting with a single penny that doubles in value every day for 30 days, or receiving $1 million in cash today? $1 million might look more alluring at first, don't you think? The truth, however, is entirely different. By the 30th, if you took that one small penny and doubled it every day for a month, you would have an incredible $5.3 million was made that day, all for this little coin. This is compound interest's power. Compound interest is therefore related to your capital, which is the amount of money you have deposited, the term, which is the amount of time you may let the money to grow without touching it, the rate, which is the speed at which it grows, and the compound interest period, which is the frequency of the growth. You are losing a lot more money each year than you realize because you are delaying saving. Bessinger, Sam Beck note that saving in this context does not entail depositing funds into a bank account. It is equivalent to borrowing money without paying interest when you leave it in a bank account. Your money is invested by the bank, which then pays you a small percentage of the return as interest each year. The greatest approach to invest your money is to buy stocks, bonds, and other investments. Investing in gold or real estate is another option. Important point number 4. Diversify your investments to protect your money. Learning how to invest your money safely comes after you've mastered the art of saving and growing it. You will undoubtedly encounter conversations concerning risk if you are interested in investing. Perhaps you're considering, "Not at all. I refuse to put my hard-earned cash into something that could go wrong." Even while it could seem like a good idea, putting your money under the mattress is actually probably the least smart thing you can do. It's not because rodents can steal it or tear it to bits, but rather because of inflation. When a currency's purchasing power declines, prices of goods and services rise, which is known as inflation. Clearly define your short and long-term financial objectives. The value of the money you keep in your walls and under your mattress drastically decreases when inflation strikes your nation's economy, leaving you with worthless bits of paper. In actuality, not even the seasoned financial analysts on CNBC or Bloomberg can forecast the future. Diversifying your investing portfolio is therefore one of the best financial moves you can make. This entails investing in multiple minor projects rather than committing all of your resources to one. Purchasing stocks from 100 different organizations is less concerning than investing all of your money in just one. A single accident can mean disaster for a single business, but there is very little chance that all 100 businesses will fail at once. Maintain low expenses while diversifying your investing portfolio. In essence, diversification is more important for financial protection than completely avoiding risk. You can spread your investments among a variety of sectors, nations, and investment types. There's a good chance that inflation will continue to rise throughout your lifetime. Therefore, your money will depreciate daily if you do not invest it. The main idea is to prioritize paying off debts as soon as feasible. Managing finances can be challenging since there are many conflicting priorities. Concentrating on one subject is beneficial. Make paying off your debts as soon as you can a top priority. Because there are so many conflicting financial responsibilities, managing money can feel daunting. For this reason, it's critical to concentrate on just one issue. Your alternatives are limited as a result, and you end up in a trap. The following figures, which are based on the law of compound interest, are used to highlight the concerning growth potential of debt. 22%. 22% for business. 89%, more than 23%. Now contrast the information above with the potential interest rates on your savings and wise investments. 6%. 14% is a profitable stock portfolio. Paying off your debts should therefore be your top priority, but don't feel bad about it. Nearly everyone has experienced something similar. After all, the purpose of the advertising and financial services sectors is to entice consumers into irreversible debt. Simply do your hardest to pay off your debt, so you may begin living your life as you see fit. Spend as little as possible and pay off your debt as soon as you can to get rid of it. Sam Beck-Bessinger suggests the avalanche technique, which involves listing all of your loans in order of highest interest rate to lowest. Pay down the debt that has the highest interest rate first. Distribute the entire amount you have paid toward the next greatest obligation after the most costly one has been paid off. This approach is the most sensible way to pay off debts and can save you a significant amount of money if you can recall the fundamentals of compound interest. Crucial point 6. Purchasing inexpensive ETFs allows one to profit from diversification. If you're a novice investor, you could be searching for a single fund that provides the most diversification at the lowest possible risk. Let us present the low-fee Global Index ETF to you. The Exchange-Traded Fund, ETF, functions similarly to other publicly traded businesses. With an Index Exchange-Traded Fund, ETF, you can purchase and sell shares, just like you would with a traditional corporation. But the unique thing about this asset class is that you're effectively purchasing the whole market. The performance of the index, which represents the overall success of all businesses in the market, is reflected in the fund. Alongside the fund's value rises by roughly 2% if the stock market as a whole gains 5%. It's similar to purchasing stock in every company that is listed without having to oversee a sizable portfolio of individual equities. To take part in the whole market, you only need to invest in one fund. Whether you are a novice or an experienced professional investor, this is one of the best strategies. Compared to investors with elaborate portfolios trading on exotic platforms, your chances of success are much higher if you employ this straightforward method. This method will give you a lifetime income, but it's not the holy grail and won't make you wealthy overnight. This financial instrument is highly recommended by Sam Beck-Bessinger. In order to fully profit from diversification, you should also make sure that a sizable percentage of your investments are overseas in order to further lower your overall risk. Purchasing foreign assets shields you against economic downturns in your home nation. You can use global funds to invest in the world's most prosperous businesses, regardless of your nationality. Consider the titans of the business, such as Tesla, Apple, Google, Amazon, Samsung, and Toyota. A portion of each can be yours. The FTSE Worldwide All Cap Index, the MSCI World Index, the MSCI All Country World Index, and the S&P Global 1000 are common worldwide indexes that you might examine. There are a lot of options competing for our attention in today's culture. We must make these choices more carefully if we wish to be in complete control of our finances. If they don't, they spend every dollar they make on what other people think is a nice life. You're more intelligent than that. Refrain from being a wage slave or a consumer. Determine your priorities and start handling your finances like an adult. You can begin allocating your finances appropriately if you have a clear understanding of your goals. If you're not wealthy, don't pretend to be. Most people become impoverished in this way. Until they can afford a better lifestyle, the wealthy encourage their kids to live frugally. You have an allergy to credit cards and auto loans. The allure of wealth, the more you have, the more time you have to spend with the people you care about and doing the things you enjoy. No one lives forever. Therefore, having a lot of money in the current currency is crucial. Securing one's freedom is equivalent to managing one's finances. This isn't just for people who desire expensive automobiles and trendy clothing. Anyone who aspires to take charge of their life can relate to it. It is applicable to everyone who aspires to financial independence, wants to abandon daily life, and breaks free from unstable employment. Interesting stuff to try. Now is the time to start handling your finances like an adult. Don't convince yourself that you will put everything in order when you're older. You should make an effort to cut back on your expenses if they are currently consuming all of your cash. You should employ the methods outlined in this synopsis to pay off your debt if you are currently in it. Ensure that a predetermined portion of your income is consistently allocated to your investing portfolio. You can only proceed in this manner. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. You can discover more films on money and investments on the channel.